you. I'll try to keep it brief. But these 2 days we spoke about the danger and growing authoritarianism tendencies. But in Albania, this is a daily suffocating reality driven by corruption, organized crime, and collapse of free and fair elections. Albania has become the clearest example of state captured by one man republic. Prime Minister doesn't allow coalition of the opposition, change the constitution. Members of parliament are mostly appointed and not elected. He rigged elections big time for the third time, embraces criminal networks, launders money through concrete towers, controls 90% of the media, and destroys media outlets that speak against him, while citizens flee in record numbers. More than 1.3 million people in a country of 3 million citizens have left the country since the socialist government of Rama came in power in 2013. Justice reform, it meant to free the judiciary, was instead placed to the political chains of the socialists. To put it simply, before the reform we had 16,000 pending cases for decision. Today we have 200,000, and the decision takes 8 to 15 years. Now we call the justice system in Albania just the special prosecutor office, not the judiciary, the courts and the judges. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in my understanding, I believe courts and judges and not prosecutors decide justice. SPAC has completely control over the courts, and judges operate under fear and pressure. And this system is funded by United States, United Kingdom, and European Union. But in my understanding, it's not independent justice. It reminds me a little bit about, in this 21st century, upgrade of the old communist state security playbook. First, find the name, the enemy. Second, find the charges and invent procedures, and judges write laws and not the parliament. Typical Stalinist tactics. Third, send the case to the court. And fourth, sentence the enemy of the state of the party. Presumption of innocence, status of limitation, double jeopardy does not exist. Same method, new packaging. Just 2 days ago, House of Foreign Affairs Committee on Europe in US Congress requested the evaluation of judicial reform after 10 years. And I hope the other countries, especially the IDU family, will do the same. Meanwhile, Albanians face a demographic collapse. Our friends from Fratelli d'Italia noted when they spoke in the IDU forum that illegal migration to Italy is dropping because migrants fear that they might end up not in Italy, but in Albania. And why this fear? Because Albania today is not a country to build a future. Even illegal immigrants from America cannot really build something in Albania, from Africa. Young Albanians, talented people, leave because they feel unheard, unemployed, unprotected, and unrepresented. The opposition is hunted. Free elections are denied. Rights are silenced. Hope is drained. Let me quote some parts from the OSCE report. Albania witnessed open violations of free and fair election standards, where the ruling party, Socialist Party of the state, and organized crime fused in one. Vote buying was rampant. Intimidations, misuse of public funds, and criminal networks were openly working to influence electoral outcomes. According to the report, clear evidence shows that use of judicial and political motivated arrest and prosecution of opposition leaders before the elections. And while the nation's empties, prime ministers happy, and some in Brussels call this success because they find Rama amusing. But here's lies the great paradox, because in Brussels, even some of our IDU friends choose to look away. They claim elections were free, contradicting their own reports. They accept the propaganda or the truth. And one more thing. They have reached to the absurd point because when we hired Trump campaign manager to support us for parliamentary elections, we are treated as being anti-European. Albania grows older, weaker, emptier, and yet the rule of Rama smiles and is happy. Let me end by comparing with the situation in Georgia. The IDU executive has, approved resolution about the arrest of Saakashvili, but now in Georgia they are arresting every political activist, and Albania is not far from that reality. And that's why we wrote this resolution, my colleague Albana Bokshi, on behalf of our two parties, and we hope in your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Elvin.